year was 2021. I just attended the Unite 2030 Youth Summit, and I was extremely inspired by what young people were doing all around the world. After that meeting, I was challenged. I asked myself, what can we do to replicate a similar event in our country so that we can also inspire young people in our country to do great and create initiatives in their community that would bring change? By that time, I was the president for the Debate Society at the Copperbelt University School of Medicine. So I shared with Mwitupa, who was my vice president, the idea. To my surprise, immediately I shared the idea with her. She was on board. Sometimes I get to wonder why it was so easy for her to accept.
Exposure. I've always believed in the power of exposure. And so from that very first conversation, I knew that we had a shared vision, concern, and curiosity. We knew that something had to be done, but the question was what and how. We knew that there was a disconnect between the Sustainable Development Goals and how much youth knew about them. So the question was, what can we do to raise awareness on the global challenges that exist and what our role as young people is in solving them?
In 2021, we had our very first summit. It was purely online. We attracted 200 delegates from 10 different countries. In 2022, we had 600 delegates. The summit was no longer online. It was physical. From 2022 to 2023, we had 800 delegates. Again, physical. We partnered with our very first partners. And in 2024, we had over 1,500 delegates.
We recognize that impact is not just the number of people attending the summit, but also what happens after the summit. And so we created a program, the Funding for Youths program, that we've been running throughout the course of 2025. And in this program, we've been able to reach to date 36 young people in the social impact sector and teaching them vital skills of proposal writing, how to manage finances, financial literacy, and beyond that, how to manage partner relationships. And this is so that they're able to acquire funding for their various social impact initiatives. And we've been able to see some of them go out and successfully get funding for their social impact initiatives. And for us, that is the impact of the summit.
We have grown from being a summit that hosted 200 young people on an online platform to hosting over 1,500 young people. But that number isn't huge. There are so many young people that have no access to a platform where they're empowered with skills, empowered with knowledge to impact change in their community. So how do we move from an event that happens once a year to a movement that not only impacts young people to make change in their communities, but make change in the world at large?
And that's why we are rebranding as a forum.
The Youth Sustainability Forum.
By rebranding as the Youth Sustainability Forum, we're going to be able to reach more young people and empower them to create initiatives in their communities that will bring sustainable change. When you look at our previous name, the Youth SDG Summit, it's not sustainable. The SDGs come to an end in 2030, but that doesn't mean our works also come to an end. So by us being the Youth Sustainability Forum, we are more sustainable and we create impact beyond the SDGs. And this is why we're rebranding.
The mission is still the same. The name is just what's different. And so we believe that a rebrand is necessary for us to be consistent with what our mission is. And our mission as the Youth Sustainability Forum is to ensure that we empower young people to be catalysts of change in their local communities. And so I would like to welcome you to join us on this mission that we continue, that's still the same as the Youth Sustainability Forum, that we continue to empower young people to create sustainable change in their communities.
The Youth Sustainability Forum. Our health, our planet, our future.